We are live. Live, live, live. Hello, everyone. We are back again. Hello. I've not been live on that platform for a long time now. Moving abroad. How is everyone? How is everyone? If you have any question, please ask. Moving to Australia, moving to New Zealand. Moving to Australia, moving to New Zealand. I am on in different platforms. So if I start acting weird, you know why. Can you hear me? Hi everyone. Hi everyone. If I start acting weird, you know I'm live on so many platforms, but we'll do this. Okay. Ask your question. Moving abroad. Okay, moving abroad, Australia, New Zealand. New Zealand is a beautiful country, and we haven't been talking about New Zealand for a very long time, but we are talking about this country now. Like, yes, just like I always say, Australia is and New Zealand, they're like sisters. They share almost the same policy. Like, remember Australia skill occupation list has ANSCO code, and that ANSCO code means Australia and New Zealand. Okay, so it means that New Zealand is using the same standard, the same framework for their skill assessment. Okay, New Zealand, you don't, when you want to get a visa for New Zealand, you don't just grab a visa. Okay, one thing with, because when I tell people be careful when they dupe you. Okay, there is no how you will get a work visa to New Zealand without you having a job. It is not possible. You will need to have a job contract. However, that is not the case in Australia. Okay, for Australia, you can get a work visa without having a job, like without having a job in Australia. And many people are cashing out on that visa. Okay, so all you need to know about the visa is following the process. You need to have a skill in the skill occupation list. And for me, for you to have a peace of mind, I think it's always good for you to go check whether your occupation is scarce in Australia. I made videos on how to check the scarce skill in Australia, because there is a database where you will impute your occupation. For example, you can say lab scientist, or you say a mechanical engineer, or you tap automotive mechanical, whatever. Okay, or a plumber. It will show you, and also show you the state or territory in Australia where this occupation is scarce. Does it make sense? Hi everyone, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Anyone that is joining, questions is coming. You two people are getting more questions. Okay, happy to be in your live today. Thank you, Lillian. Lillian, Christian, Lillian. Okay, I have questions that we start taking. Please, anywhere you are, any platform you are, drop your question. We'll take them. Okay. Yeah, Malvis. I want to study social work in New Zealand, but tuition fee is too high. How much is tuition fee, Christian? How much is tuition fee to New Zealand? How much? What do you want to study? Is it Bachelor of Social Work or Masters? Okay. If you have studied before and you want to do social work, it's better you go for Masters of Social Work. Okay, it's better you go for Masters of Social Work. That will take you 2 years for you to qualify and become a social worker. Okay, there is occupation that is called community worker, youth worker, and family worker. Okay, these three occupations, they are very scarce in Australia. In most states and territory, you will find out that they're still in their skill occupation, the scarce skill. Okay, youth worker, community worker, family worker. Okay, this is different from support worker. It's different from AIN. It's different from caregiver. Okay, they expect you to have a diploma, okay, or advanced diploma. That occupation is very scarce. Even Western Australia have it in their priority list for you to know how important it is. Good morning, Oluchi. How are you? Good morning. Yeah. So you said the school fees, Christian Mavis. You said that the school fees for New Zealand is very expensive. Can you tell us how much is that school fees you find and the school? Did you manage to check all the schools or as many as you can? You said I have a diploma level 3 in health and social care. 7.5 out general. Can I move to Australia? 7.5 general. When you are going for study, please do not write general. You are wasting your money. Okay? If your intention to migrate abroad is to study, do not write general out. Your IELTS must always be academic, no matter how hard it is. You are wasting your money to write general. Okay? Lillian, that general you wrote is a waste of money, your time, resources. I don't know who advised you to go and write general when you are planning to move abroad. It is no for any country, okay? That's a big mistake. I hope you find money to write academic. Ajero-san, you want to be in your, why you, tell me, give me a reason why you want to be in my video so that I will know why before I bring you on Instagram. Okay. All right. Okay. Tell me why. So, Masters of Social Work. Thank you, Mavis. That's a good choice. Mavis said she studied diploma of health and social science. Did they give you master's degree? Please tell us. Mavis, have you gotten admission? I am not sure you will be able to get masters because what you have is diploma. This is not America, okay? For you to do a master program in Australia or New Zealand, you need to have a bachelor degree, okay? However, New Zealand, I heard that New Zealand still allow you to do postgraduate diploma before you go to master. So Mavis, that might be your option, okay? If you're able to find yourself or get a package where you have to do a postgrad before you go for your masters, that would be awesome. That would be very beautiful, okay? If you can do that, that would be awesome. I hope you're able to do that. But hoping that you can go straight to masters with diploma, I think is not possible for Australia and New Zealand, okay? Yes, Lawrence, yes, it's always IELTS academic if you want to study. Tuition 35,000 New Zealand dollars. So that 35,000, Mavis, is not too much. Oh. It's not too much. Oh. It's not too much. Oh. It's not. But the thing is that New Zealand wants you to pay the whole 1 year. Okay, so the process for New Zealand for study visa is different from Australia. If you're going to study in Australia, they will require you to pay 50%. That is first semester, because Australia runs 2 semesters for international students, okay? Semester 1 starts from February to probably May, June, okay? Then you have a long vac, June, July, where you go make money. You kill yourself with a job because you are working full time. So you go work hard to make your school fees, okay? Make part of your school fees at least for that holiday. Work as much as you can. Then you start another one end of July or early August. September, October, November, you close. Then you have a long vac for 3 months where you go work yourself like stupor. You go work yourself to stupor. Because that 3 months is all job. Because you are working and working. So the whole of December, the whole of January, and almost the whole of February is you having fun at work. Okay? All right. However, New Zealand has the same pattern. Okay? So for Australia, if you want to study in Australia, you are paying 50% of the school fees before you go for your visa. Does it make sense? So for the school to confirm your enrollment, which you are going to use confirmation of enrollment for you to go for your Australia study visa, you need to pay them at least 50%. It depends on the school, okay? So the school, for example, the school fees might be, because I've seen people paying 8 million when Naira was Naira anyway. So they might want you to pay like maybe 15,000 now, 15,000, okay, which is almost half of the school fees. And sometimes you get scholarship, okay. So the thing is that most people that got study visa to Australia, they got scholarship. If you are doing masters by coursework, there is no how you can get 100% scholarship. So some of them will get 15, 30 and 50. Most of them don't get up to 50 because it's not by research. So I've seen people get 15, 20, 30 and 35% scholarship. So something is taken out anyways, okay. Then for New Zealand is different. So remember, for Australia, you have a proof of fund, okay. In that proof of fund, they are not touching it. In that proof of fund, part of your school fees is assumed to be in that proof of fund. So that part payment they want you to pay is in that money, okay. So for example, if for 45,000 Australian dollars, okay, if you are in Nigeria now, it's about 1,000 how do I put it? Yeah, it's 1,000 Australian dollars now, okay. So if you're calculating it like that, that 15,000 they want you to pay as part payment is inside that 45,000 Australian dollars that is your proof of fund. However, if they tell you that proof of fund is 45,000 Australian dollars, they do not expect you to have only that 35,000 in your account. You must have something and above. Does it make sense? Okay, yeah, okay, all right. Then New Zealand is different. For New Zealand, you do not pay shishi. You don't pay anything until your visa is out. Voila. Does it make sense? So even if you want to go beg for money, but you will show them proof of fund anyways. There's a proof of fund you need to show. Anyone can sponsor you. However, it's always advisable that someone that is related to you, brother, sister, auntie, uncle can sponsor you, parents, okay. So you need to show 6 months. For New Zealand is 6 months, okay. Proof of fund. So you know the money movement in and out. The money must be moving in and out, like money movement. You don't just, I'm coming, Lawrence, I see your question. I'm coming. I need to read that question out. Lillian, I'm coming. YouTube people are more of asking questions. My YouTube community, they are very interactive. Instagram, I'm not getting any question from you. Does the school fees guarantee a study visa? And Facebook, I'm not getting any question from you. Instagram is asking, does the school fees guarantee a study visa if every other document is correct? My question is for Australia. No, it does not, okay? So, it does not. That's why the New Zealand one is like the real baba, because for New Zealand, no money until your visa is out, okay? Then for Australia, school fees does not guarantee you visa. I have seen people that they deny visa and they have to write the school for refund. So it does not. I'm so sorry, it does not, okay? Lillian, you said you are going, is it Lillian or Mavis? Lillian was going for permanent resident route. That's why she wrote general. Now, Lillian, if you're going for Australia permanent residence, I have a question from Facebook as well. If you're going for Australia permanent residence, first of all, you need to check your occupation. Do you require registration? If your occupation requires registration, please, you must write general, okay? If your skill assessment requires you to provide English, you must do academic. So Lillian, tell me, which occupation are you going for? You want to go for permanent resident, that is, you're hoping for visa 189 or 190. What is your occupation, Lillian? Then the answer will be complete, okay? Visa take how months to? Okay, someone says sponsorship visa takes how many months to be out? Okay, this question is from Facebook. Sponsorship visa does not have any time limit. It says that it will come out in 28 days. However, because it's sponsorship visa, okay, this is how it works. Because someone is sponsoring you, a company, an employer, Australian employer is sponsoring you. What they're actually telling the government is that, look at Smith. Bring Smith to me in Australia because I need a Smith. There is nobody that could do the job the Smith is coming to do for me. Okay, so now they will supply the information to immigration to do your visa. Okay, immigration website said within 28 days, and it can be more. Okay, so it depending on the workload they have. Yeah, so it is expected that within 4 weeks your your visa sponsorship, that is 482 or 186, will come out. 186 is a permanent resident, that is sponsorship. Okay, so there is no time limit now. So they will tell you, at least, just like a student visa, 6 weeks. Some people go above 6 weeks. Some people, it comes out on that 6th week. Okay, for sponsorship visa, it does not take so long because it does not belong to the quota where you need to be nominated by the state or territory. It's been done differently, so it doesn't take too much time. However, I've seen someone that was talking, that made a comment on my live section the other day when we were on YouTube. He said it's coming from UK and is a nurse, and she said she's been waiting for her visa 186, as a 168 or 186. That is a permanent resident visa sponsorship for so long now. However, that is a permanent resident. Okay, so you need to take that into consideration. I hope I've answered your question. Sorry, my question is above. Okay, Nazi's question. Okay, sponsorship for New Zealand will come as quick as possible. It doesn't take time. Okay, it doesn't take time. However, the particular visa you're applying for, because all New Zealand visa, work visa, you're supposed to get a contract. Okay, a job contract is different from sponsorship. Okay, sponsorship means that the person needs to pay some amount or do your visa and come. Okay, but the criteria for getting a visa is that you need to have a contract. So all the company needs to do is to give you contract. So when you go to the website, check the visa you're applying for, then check the time limit, okay, for the processing. That depends on which one. Okay, all right, you're welcome, Jason. Lillian, even for permanent resident route, general will not work. Lillian, you did not listen to me. Okay, let's take a scenario here. Okay, Lillian, let's assume that you are an engineer, and Mavis. Did you take my card? Which one did you take?
The gray one.
Don't take the gray. Well, the gray one is my credit card. Can you take?
That's great.
How much are you using from it?
50.
Okay. Careful. Don't use that card.
That's because you're alive. That's what I'm asking.
Sorry.
Why
My daughter went to my bag and took my credit card. She said she's buying fuel. These children, we can't wait for them to grow. Oh my God. Okay, back to business. Lillian said, remember Lillian said she wrote general and she's going, I thought she was going for study, and I said to her, it is no, you go for academic. Now Lillian is saying that she's going for permanent residence. And now she's confused that even permanent resident, you cannot go for general. I need to make a scenario here. Lillian, there is a Lillian, there is Mavis, okay? Both of them are coming for Australia permanent resident from offshore, from wherever they live, and they can go for visa 190 or visa 189. Now, if Lillian is an engineer or a nurse or a lab scientist, good. Let's assume that Lillian is a lab scientist. When Lillian is going for skill assessment, which is a normal process, step-by-step process for acquiring this visa, Lillian needs to go for skill assessment. And for lab scientist, you need to supply your English. In that case, it is academic. Lillian, you see that? However, if Mavis, let's say that Mavis is what is Mavis now that doesn't need a marketing? Mavis is a marketing specialist. Okay, Mavis is a marketing specialist. Remember, Lillian requires academic because her skill assessment as a lab scientist needs that. And Mavis is a marketing specialist. Okay, for marketing specialist, you do not need English for your skill assessment. It is done by VETASES. VETASES does not require English. So because VETASES does occupation that does not need professional registration. Mavis, does that make sense? Lillian. Then Mavis can do general for her English, because the only time Mavis will need English is only when she is applying for visa. And for Australia visa, the requirement is general. Whereas for Lillian, that is a lab scientist that needs English for her skill assessment, we use that English she uses for skill assessment and also use that English to apply for visa. In that case, Lillian cannot follow Mavis and go and write general because she is wasting her money. Whereas Mavis will write general and she will be all right. Does it make sense? Lillian, I hope that makes sense. Good. So when you say, oh, so I cannot use general for permanent resident, is the question is ambiguous. So that's why I give you example. Now, please, anywhere you are, can you like my video? My YouTube people, they are full of likes. Please like my video. YouTube, like my video. Instagram, like my video. Facebook, like my video. Please like my video. Let's move ahead. Like my video as you are on. YouTube community, you know I can't joke with you guys. Facebook, you guys are coming up. Thank you for the likes. Thank you, Facebook. Instagram, waiting the share. Like my video. Okay, so when we are talking about English for Australia migration, it can be general, it can be academic, depending on your occupation. If you require a professional registration, if you require skill assessment that warrants you to present English proof, you need academic. If you do not need professional registration and your occupation and your skill assessment authority does not want English, just generally go for general and just use your general and do your normal application. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Christian, I have bachelor degree already. Thank you, Christian. You have bachelor degree already. Good. You are going for your master's. That's good. You will get it. If you want to go to New Zealand and you have a proof of fund, okay, someone can provide a proof of fund. If it's someone not related to you, please, you need to write a good letter. There is something nice you need to write to show that this is authentic, you know, okay? Now, go and get the visa. If you get the visa, go and do GoFundMe. Because you know why I say go to GoFundMe to pay your school fees is that New Zealand will give you visa without taking your school fees. So what you will do is that you take your visa, go and form a committee. Say, people, see my visa. I get visa. I don't get money to pay school fees. I beg. You can even borrow because now the visa is down. Because why people are scared to give people money is that they're not even sure whether their visa will come out. Does it make sense? But in this case, Christian, you already have your visa. So when you are telling people, say, see my visa, please, I beg you. Can you borrow me 1 million, 2 million? When I go, that, give me 3 years, I will pay back with whatever. Or people can even dash you. You can go do GoFundMe. Come online. Go to all the bloggers. Tell them that someone got admission, someone got a visa to go to New Zealand to study, but he doesn't have money to pay school fees. There must be a way. Come online. Cry. There are so many rich people in Nigeria that would like to help you. Go to Tunde Ednot. Come to my own blog too. Let's come and cry to the whole world because you already have a visa. Does it make sense? So let everybody help you because we can't allow this visa to waste. Does it make sense? So it's totally different. I think that anybody that has a visa that needs to pay school fees must definitely find a way than someone that is going to borrow money from friends and well-wishers when the visa is not certain. Does it really make sense? I sent something to your comment section online. If you cannot send it here, that is it, Suleiman. If you cannot write it here, then when we go to comment section, we'll find it. But not on this slide because I cannot go to your comment section. Cannot go to my comment section for the post I made on Facebook when I'm online. Okay, I'm 35 years old and I was planning to come with study visa to study masters in social work, but discovered I don't know what else you guys want me to say about this 35 years of age. No, you cannot sponsor yourself. Ajaroson, you cannot. I'm coming. Tessie, I'm coming. I'll answer that question of 35 years. Ajaroson, you cannot sponsor yourself. Do you know why? There is what is called GTE, Genuine Temporary Entrant. Okay, it means that you are coming to study and go. Good. Another thing is that it means that there is money. Your sponsor is available 24/7. If you sponsor yourself when you are in Australia or New Zealand, how will you make money? So it is assumed that your sponsor will also be available. I know you're going to be working and sponsoring yourself. That's not what they want to hear, even though they know it's happening. But once you leave, who will be sponsoring you? So if you are going to sponsor yourself, you are killing your application. If you want to do it and you have money, if you have a wife, trusted wife, make a plan of 6 months, make a plan of 7 months where you wire the money and show that the person is working for a company. When the money is coming to that account, you must show the source of income when it's coming. So there'll be a movement in and out. Plan it very well and show that that person is working. Let that person related to you sponsor you. You take your money out. It can be your parents. You take your money out if you have the money. Okay? All right. Be smart about it. I'm not supposed to say that, but I've said that anyways. 35 years. Let's go back to you. Sponsorship, bring his family. Yes. Someone said if you are going for New Zealand, all you need New Zealand work visa is family visa. You can go with your family, okay? Yes, you can go with your family. 35 years, Australia, post, okay. Now, let's be clear. Australia study visa is not 35 years. Australia study visa is still 50 years, okay? Or, sorry, it's still 45 years. In short, it doesn't have age limit. Let me not even lie. Australia study visa said you must be 18 years and above. If you are less than 18 years, you need to have a guardian that will come with you, which means you are studying in primary or secondary school. You need an adult. So, then for higher institution, from 18 years, that's the only time you can enter a university in Australia. Even if you finish 16 years in Nigeria, I was telling someone that your child cannot study in Australia unless it's coming through a diploma packaged degree. That is after diploma, then you go for degree. You can only be in Australia to study, be in university the year you are turning 18. Even if your father is the Prime Minister of Australia, nothing can change it. The year you are turning 18, that is the only time. Okay. So, that visa for tertiary, for university, is from 18 years and above. It never gave any limit. Good. Now, 35 years is a post-work visa, post-study work visa. When you have finished your studies, post-study work visa, when you are done. Now, I made a video and I say, there are options, okay? If you're above 35, as long as you are not very close to 45, which is a max age for Australia normal visa, any visa in Australia is 45 unless you go for DAMA agreement and your employer is willing to bring you before you turn 55. That one is different. But normal visa in Australia is 45 years. Okay. So let's assume that you happen to come to Australia, you got your social work visa, you got your study visa to study in Australia. I made a comprehensive video on this and gave people idea. I said, stop talking about this 35 years. Come first. Grab your visa and come first. There is no how you will live in a country unless you are a zombie. Because what I notice is that people come to a country with a study visa and they are so relaxed. They go to social media, they show off, they forget that they have not actually landed. There's nothing wrong about showing off. Show off you have landed, but you are not fully landed as far as I'm concerned. Because I have seen people finish studies and they are stranded. Even your village people go vex for you. Misplaced priority, okay? There is no how you will live in a country, Australia, for 2 years to do your master's or to do your undergraduate for 3 years, and you tell me that you do not have a plan. Are you a zombie? So in that video, I made a plan for you. I gave you example what you can do. Australia has a visa sponsorship. A visa sponsorship, okay? And they have other visa program. Let's assume that you are not qualified to do skill assessment, you don't have all these captivating skills and qualification, and you want to go low. You are studying in Australia, you are qualified to work. From November, Australia visa sponsorship require you to have only 1 year's experience, okay? And now you are studying in Australia for at least 2 years. You are working part-time during the study time, and during school holiday, you are working full-time. And you do this for 2 years, it is equivalent to more than 1 year experience. Now, the question you should ask yourself is that, which occupation am I grabbing my work experience from? There are occupations in Australia that are not sophisticated, but they will give you visa. And the skill occupation list. Let's talk about the aged care. You will get a sponsor in a regional area. I made a video, I showed 32 companies that are qualified to sponsor people on visa 482. You are already on ground. You did this country. JJJJ. All you need is to find them and work for them. Okay, that one is the easy one. Okay, even to work in abattoir, even to be a meat inspector, there are so many occupations. I don't even want to stop talking them. Even a chef and stuff. Okay, you get your visa sponsorship from your employer by the time you graduate. You do not need visa. There is nobody that say that you study in Australia, you must transition with postgraduate work visa. Nah, lie. You must not transition with a postgraduate work visa. It's just an option. It's one option from the other, and it's easier. But since you won't be qualified to go through that pathway, why not plan your way out? Okay, I have bachelor degree already. I want to go through the PR route. I have answered that, Lillian. And Lawrence, I earned an undergraduate degree in mechanical engineering, GP 3 blah, blah. Please, can I know if there is university in New Zealand that don't ask for IELTS for admission requirement? Ooh, Lawrence, it go hard though. There is. Can you check University of Auckland? But the thing is that, because from Australia experience, the schools that don't ask for school fees are very expensive. They are the most expensive one, like University of Sydney's and where are they? There are some other universities that don't ask for outs, but they are very expensive. Okay, Lawrence, I made a video to show list of universities and stuff. It's also on my blog online, jenekenneth.com. If you go to the blog section, you will see Australian New Zealand blog or something that you will check those universities. Their list of I made a couple of blogs on that. You follow the link and go to the school and go to their international student page. Most of the information you guys need are online. That's why I said, if you want to, New Zealand visa, you do not even need an agent. You can run it yourself. Okay, however, we were online. I forgot to connect to Instagram that day. We were online last week Sunday with an agent, Australia and New Zealand study agent. Okay, Mel Education. The contact is available. She dropped the contact. If you want to contact her to go through her for Australia or New Zealand, she does that as well. Okay, you can say you're from Jane, or you don't say. It doesn't matter. Okay, so Lawrence, I hope that answers your question. How can I get to Australia? I am a UI UX designer. I don't even know. I'm not a tech person. The only tech I know is the tech that makes me relevant online and used to do my other private stuff and personal stuff. So I don't even know what is UI UX designer, but I know it's tech, IT. Willing to migrate to as a skilled tech worker. I know. I don't know. UI UX designer. Tech people, I beg talk. Which one be that one? Which one be that one? UI UX. Okay, so the link. I don't know which one is that. Is he? But I know that IT is done by Australian Computer something. I think they do. You must do your skill assessment. I have a video on skill assessment. Anybody, any occupation, that is a Bible for you, okay? Because it will literally take you to your occupation, no matter which occupation. And you find your skill assessment. and you find your skill assessment guideline. Okay, so that video will guide you. I saw it online on Western Australia website. Can I apply for my as a pharmacy technician? Okay, Suleiman, I need to answer you this because you have been asking me a lot of questions on Facebook, and each time I answer you, you ask the same question. Suleiman, first of all, you said I should talk about pharmacy technician. Okay, pharmacy technician, you need a skill assessment. Yes, you need a skill assessment. Okay, you saw pharmacy technician under Western Australia list of occupation. You want to do expression of interest. That expression of interest you are going to do is not a proper one. What you are doing in their website, expression of interest is done on the immigration website. Okay, I would say it's not relevant what you are doing. It doesn't really matter anyways. Your expression of interest will not go through, because when you open the application for expression of interest, they will ask you about your skill assessment, and you say no, it will boot you off. Does it make sense? Okay, so you need a skill assessment for a pharmacy technician. Yes, you need it. It's not as cumbersome as pharmacists, because for pharmacists they need to write exam. For a technician, I know you are stepping down, I know you are downgrading, okay, but you need a skill assessment. So you go do there, it won't go through. However, if you're just doing it for Western Australia, this thing, you are just putting your name. That one is a normal putting a name in the database. It's not a real expression of interest. You're just putting their name on the database for prospective employers. However, if you want to do a proper expression of interest, you should go via IMI account, expression of interest, immigration website, expression of interest, what do you call it, data website or whatever it is called, link, and do a proper that. Please, you need a skill assessment. Suleiman, you need to go and do skill assessment too. However, I need to tell you something. About pharmacy technician. Okay, I'm not saying you will not get, but I need to tell you it's no more a scarce occupation, okay, in Australia, because I don't know whether the problem is also part of, I'm also part of the problem, because when I started preaching about downgrading since early last year, that's when I started preaching about downgrading. A lot of people heard about downgrading their occupation, and a lot of people did something. Okay, lab technician were able to downgrade to lab scientists downgrade to lab technician, pharmacists downgrade to pharmacy technician, engineers could downgrade to mechanical whatever technician, electrical technician, engineering technician and stuff. So for pharmacy technician, they are not in the scarce occupation again. The one you saw in the Western Australia website is under graduate entry. It's only someone that graduates in a school in Western Australia that can apply as a priority skill, and they will get it. I have said this to you. I don't know why it is hard to understand. It appeared only under graduate entry, okay? So when you study in Australia, that's what I tell people when they ask me, which state can I study? Do you know which state is better? I say to the people, there are things you need to consider where you can get a job as a student, where you don't have to fight for job. Okay? 2, a state that has option for permanent residents or temporary residents for their graduates. Okay? So many state and territory have option for visa 491 and 190 for people that graduate from their state. So you check if your occupation is in the list. What you are coming to study in Australia, is it in that list? These are the things you check. Now, Suleiman, that's why Western Australia is granting anybody that study pharmacy technician in Western Australia that opportunity to apply for 491 under priority occupation. You are not qualified for it. You are not, because you are not a Western Australia graduate. I hope that makes sense. I hope that saves you your money and your time. Okay? Thank you. I have BSc Banking and Finance. In the Banking and Finance, Lillian, in the Banking and Finance. And 10 years work experience, though I have level 3 diploma in health. Banking and Finance. Banking is not in Australia skill occupation list. Banking. You know, banking is something internal. They don't just bring an outside and put them in their bank. Okay? However, there are market researchers, analysts, and blah, 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 all those things. But Banking and Finance is not there. However, you have a diploma in health and social care. Certified in UK. Does it mean you studied in UK? What do you mean certified in UK? Lillian, did you study it in UK? This thing I'm hearing certified every time. I don't get it anymore. Certified by this one, certified. Did you study in UK, or how was the certification done? Okay. Lillian, I think you're better off going with your diploma in health and social care. Lillian, do you have a work experience under health and social care? Because even youth, community worker that is in under skill occupation list fall under that health and community care. Lillian, do you have I think I need to make a post on those occupations. Do you have a work experience? You can go for independent visa, 491 or 190, because even Western Australia has it under their South Australia, I think Victoria does as well, and New South Wales. That health and community worker and youth worker and stuff, family worker, is still in a priority list occupation. Okay, people are overlooking it. A lot of people are qualified for it, but they always talk about caregiver, even when they are downgrading to do caregiver. Okay, so Lillian, tell me, do you have experience in health and social care? I am here. I am here. Answer me. Please ask me your question. I can't find your question. You say I'm here. Answer me. I'm 35, wanting to study a diploma of nursing. What? You cannot study a diploma of nursing. You cannot study a diploma of nursing. You cannot study a diploma of nursing in Australia. You cannot get a visa. You can never get a visa. Please stop looking for that admission. You are wasting your time. If you are coming to study a nursing, is either you're coming to study full bachelor degree or you're coming for masters. If you do not have a 2 years study to do in Australia, you will never get a. If you're coming from a high-risk country like Africa, you can never get a study visa. Please, you cannot study diploma. That time has passed. 5 years ago, a lot of people came in with diploma of nursing. It's very easy. It's very cheap. One of the cheapest ways to come in. But it has changed. It has changed. Jide? Okay, so you cannot. It's not working. Can you shut the door for me, this one, please? Yeah. Ooh. Boom. All right, so please, diploma. And I noticed that some people are even getting support worker individual care online from private university in Australia. You are wasting your money. Those private schools, colleges, they don't know anything about visa process, and they would think you're from maybe Philippines, where those Asian countries where they can come here and do diploma. They don't care. They give you admission. I hope you don't pay. I hope you don't pay any money. I hope they refund you, because you won't get a visa. Those diplomas don't give you visa anymore. Okay. However, I made a video I posted last Sunday on this channel, on YouTube, everywhere, and I show you how you can use a diploma in New Zealand to move to New Zealand, a 1-year diploma that qualifies you to get a post-work visa after studies. I found this information. I remember somebody on Facebook, when I posted the link, said to me, why am I saying this thing now? And I said, Shahaba. When is it not when I get information that I will make a video? Don't hold it against me, okay? I go out there, I search for information. When I get it, I make a video about it. So there are 1 year there are 1 year normal diploma. This is not a postgraduate diploma. So you can't tell me that you don't have a degree. Even if you have a degree, pocket it. I told someone that studied engineering in Nigeria about 2 years ago when I started this ministry. I said to this person, can you downgrade? No, he's an architect. I say, can you downgrade? A lot of people have said to downgrade. By the time they later change their mind to downgrade, it is too late because that occupation is filled. I beg someone to downgrade as an architectural draft person or architectural technician. I begged this person. He said, I have masters. What can I do? So many months down the line, the person came back on consultation. I said, that occupation is no more in a scarce skill now. You see, a lot of people have utilized that opportunity. Right now, I am telling you that New Zealand has diploma. I mentioned those diploma in that video. I'm not going to mention them again. They have selected diplomas. Find that video. That video is on my YouTube channel and I've shared link in all my platforms. See if you can go for them. They will give you postgraduate work visa. That is an easy pathway to grab a residency in New Zealand. Now, if Australia is your promised land, you can get to your promised land through New Zealand. Once you become a citizen, you do not need a visa to come to Australia. You just be in New Zealand, get a job. You don't even need a job permit. You come, you just book a flight and come. Or you just book a flight and transition to Australia. Chickena. If you want a citizenship, you deny the citizenship of New Zealand and apply for the Australian one. They give you, you deny New Zealand. Simple. Does it make sense? You can reach your promised land. However, many people love New Zealand. So, but however, if you still say, it's Australia I want to go, but you don't have the money, I beg, go grab New Zealand. Now, another thing I'm going to say, you see those diplomas I mentioned in my video. Let me tell you, in the next 1 year, they will yank them off that list because now we have sensitized people about it. A lot of people will utilize it, and when they see the movement, policy will change in future. Maybe in their next immigration year, the policy will change. They will take the diploma off and they will leave it only a degree and postgraduate degree. That's why when you see this information newly, it is always good to use it. When the nurses were coming to New Zealand, I told someone, I said, stop darling. It was the husband of someone that is in Nigeria that is in UK. He said, we're waiting for this, we're waiting for this. I said, you say you want to come to Australia. I said, stop darling. Allow your wife to go do that process quick. 1 year later, you know what New Zealand did? Because a lot of people have moved from UK, because UK, if you practice nursing in UK, you go to New Zealand, you don't need to write exam. They will register you and they use the same English level, whereas Australia is harder. So what they do is that they register with New Zealand, they come to Australia. I was telling people to be quick. 1 year later, New Zealand changed their policy. Now you need to write those exams that you're supposed to write for Australia, because Australia Nursing Board don't want to be bringing people that they think is below standard, because they believe that New Zealand, because you know they have bilateral agreement with New Zealand, anything that is in New Zealand is accepted in Australia. Now people are utilizing it. What they did is that they have to increase their standard so that Australia will keep accepting them. So that door is now partially closed. So I am telling you again, for those diploma I've released in my last video on YouTube, please go check them, because as of now it's still in the list of occupation or qualification that will give you postgraduate work visa, and you transition to residency, do your temporary resident, permanent resident, and you get your permanent your citizenship, and it's cheap. Okay, so see if you can use that opportunity if study option is for you. Okay, all right. Kaisi and sent a request to be. Oh, people send a request to be on my live on Instagram. Let's view the request. How do I? No, Kansima is a troublemaker. I'm not going to allow him come to my live. That one has been disturbing me for years now. This, I told him I don't give visa. I said this. Chukwudi, can you guys tell me why you want to be on my live? No, Kasima is a troublemaker. I'm not accepting him to come here because he's going to ask me questions that I have answered for years now for him. Okay? Okay. Can you type why? You said, tell me why Kasima is a troublemaker, Daniel. I'm not bringing you here. I know I already know all your questions and I've given you answers. Okay? But I was told that I will pay tuition before applying for visa in. Who told you? Mavis, who told you that? Okay? Because last Sunday, we had an agent, a current New Zealand agent, visa agent, study visa agent, that said it, that New Zealand will not require you to pay school fees. Okay? Generally, before they give you visa. So tell me who told you that, Mavis. Is it from school or from who? Okay? Please address my question. Lawrence, I don't know your question. I will find it. I have been asking question. Oh my God, my YouTube people are killing. I study civil engineer, have bachelor degree, BSc, going for masters, but my age is 39 plus. What is your advice? My advice is don't go. Don't go. You said you are 39. 39 is too big. 39 is almost 40. Okay? So if you're going for your masters, I'm not saying don't go because some people have different luck. So if you're going for your masters, I know you are 39 now. By the time you go to admission, you are 40. Okay? When you got 40 years, you do your masters for 2 years. It's 40. You do 41, 42, 43. I don't know which month you are turning. So you 41, 42. You still have 3 years, okay? In these 3 years, you must get permanent resident, okay? If you are a fast person, what you're going to do for your civil engineering is that if you're a fast person, you can do your skill occupation while you're in Australia. You do your assessment because people can be on study visa and do your skill assessment. If you have worked as a civil engineer in Nigeria, you can do your skill assessment and go for independent visa, 491 or 190. Don't go for 491 because you will be on 491 and turn 45, which means you are going back home without getting a permanent resident. Okay, so your case is very strict. Okay, so when you finish, remember you have passed the age of postgraduate work visa. So when you finish at 43, 42, you are going for if you get a sponsor, you are going to go for a visa 482 that you need to work for at least 2 years before you go for permanent residence. Does it make sense? So you see your age is going up. However, if you have worked as a civil engineer for at least 2 years in Nigeria and you know that you have a company that can give you reference and something, when you are in Australia studying, you can go for your skill assessment and apply for independent visa 190. But your age thing is so tight. It's so tight with 45. It's so tight with 45. Okay? All right. Just need to give you an honest one. I studied civil engineering. So Anita, that is it. Hi Jane, how are you? How are you? Nika, how are you? Lawrence, have you answered me? I've answered you. I don't want to ask this question here, but we'll try to be a discreet as ever. Recently applied for a job, agronomist. Got a response. It was positive, but employers in Aussie that slow. Oh gosh. Okay, the employer is slow. Okay. Good morning. What about DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, tech? Yes, what about them? Them is that you do skill assessment. Find your occupation in the skill occupation list if it's there. Cloud engineers. I see web developers and so on and so on. Can you find a cloud engineer in the skill occupation list and see? Probably you will require a skill assessment because it is a skill occupation. Okay. 7 years experience in civil engineer here. Micro. Ha! Anita baby. Anita baby to Anita. Anita, beg now. May go do your skill assessment. Which one be say 7 years experience in civil engineer here? Anita, can you watch my video on visa 190? Then watch my video on skill assessment. Okay? I'm not going to advise you to watch the one of 5 years visa, which is 491. Don't watch it because it's not useful to you because of your age. Because if you get that visa, you will stay 3 years before you go for permanent resident. It is not good for you. Your age is up. So you watch the visa of 190, then watch the visa of skill assessment, okay? However, it is always good if you have money, be doing that process while you come to do your masters, because the masters will add advantage for you even when you apply for your visa. How can I educate you fully? Can you come for consultation? So we'll do your personal stuff. I can't take the whole time and give to you, Anita, now. It's not right, okay? I have a BSc in building technology, 12 years working experience. Oh, he's a builder. Ooh, Uzoma. You're a builder. Uzoma, God, you're under construction worker thing. Western Australia has a visa for skilled workers. What do you call it? Construction workers. Construction worker visa. Western Australia has construction worker visa. However, so many states and territories has construction workers under their skill occupation, the priority list. Priority list because of the scarcity of that profession in Australia, construction workers, okay? So you are a builder. You need to do your skill assessment too. Many people say they don't have money for skill assessment, but they have money to pay school fees. That is the irony of the situation. Skill assessment will cost you, if it's a high skill, it's about 1,100 Australian dollars. If it's a low skill like a trade, it's about 500 and something. They say they don't have money, but they have money to pay school fees of 35,000 naira, 35,000 Australian dollars. I'm like, which one be this one now? Which one be this one? Which one we go to talk? Good afternoon. How are you, Ranjan? What about dairy farmers' occupation in Australia and New Zealand for the overseas workers? They are there, but you know they are semi-skilled. They are not fully skilled occupation. They are semi-skilled. We don't call them unskilled anyway because there is skill there, at least. However, most of these occupations will come under, if you don't have a degree, to do a skill assessment as a dairy farmer is supposed to have a degree. Okay, supposed to have a degree, but if you are doing it under a trade, you should be looking for employer to sponsor you. You should be looking for a job. Okay, so you go to those websites I've mentioned and find a job. God help you, you find a job, because that will be the only way. Okay, an agent told me that I need to pay full tuition before applying for visa to New Zealand. Secondly, do they pay rent per week? Australia pays rent per week. I need to find out whether New Zealand pay rent per week. Australia does. I'm sorry, your agent is telling you that my agent said it openly to everyone in a live section on Sunday that you do not pay school fees to get a visa in New Zealand, study visa. I'm so sorry, I cannot dispute your agent. I don't know his source or her source, okay? Australia pays rent weekly. I don't know New Zealand. I need to find out, okay? Okay. I need to make sure I take all these questions. Even for permanent resident. Okay, we've answered it. All right, let's move to my Facebook people. Ask me a question, I beg. Make it juicy, eh? Ask your question there. Shoot your question. Hi. Okay. How do I register for consultation? Woo. I have a link. If you go to my bio, you will see all my link there. You will see the one for consultation. Please hit it. Okay? If you go to my bio, if you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, all my videos under my section, under my description section of videos, I posted there. If you're on Facebook, my pinned post is on my link. Okay. All right. Gosh, we are about to clock 1 hour. That is a long live section. Oh my Jesus. Please, can you guys like my video? We are 1 hour on this live section. 1 good hour. I never try. I don't try you. I don't try. Okay? All right. Please share the link. Like my videos. I beg, like my video now. Eh? Thank you, Doris. This live section has stayed for 1 good hour and more people are joining. But I have to go now, Haba. I have to go, right? I think I've taken all the questions. We have to go now. 1 hour, 1 good hour on this live. We have tried. We are live here. We are live here. We are live here. 3 in 1. I didn't know I was going to coordinate it. This is the first time I'm going live in more than one platform. But how does one prepare for skill assessment to get a positive skill assessment? How does one prepare for skill assessment to get positive skill assessment? Number 1, watch Jen Kenny's video on skill assessment. That is number 1. Once you watch it, every question is answered. That video will take you to your skill occupation list, take you to your skill assessor, take you to the guideline. For you to get a positive skill assessment, make sure you provide all the information for the guide from the guideline and make sure you are qualified. So when you see the requirement from your guideline, requirement 1, do you have it? Can you provide it? You tick it off. 2, do you have it? If you cannot, then don't go. You are wasting your money because any information they give you there, requirements, will be part of what they're going to judge. Okay? All right, so that's how you do it. Do you need that video? When you finish this live session, I will paste skill assessment video under the Facebook. I can post it. Not Instagram. You know we can't do post. We can't post link. Facebook, I'll post it. YouTube, I'll post it. Instagram, I'm on TikTok, but I have never gotten 1,000K. I bet you can follow me for TikTok. Jenkenix one, or don't go find my old thing that I don't know where it's lost. I think it's Jenkenix one on TikTok. I bet go on and follow me, Follow me there too. Jenkenix one, I think Jenkenix one. Yeah, I'll also drop a link here under this section so you guys can follow me. Question. Whoa, 1 good hour. All right, even for permanent residents, we don't have new question again. How possible can I be for that person to migrate to both? What of someone that has just ordinary level building? If you have ordinary level, I don't know which country. There is this country that use ordinary level. We don't use it in Nigeria. I know Cameroon use that word, ordinary level. Ordinary level should be a trade certificate, I'm thinking. Okay, if you have a trade certificate, yes. Construction, you don't a builder, you know, is not is a diploma level, a builder. Okay, and they call it building something. Is a building technology store. I can't remember what they call it. Okay, it's not a degree course. Please like my video before I break my screen now and catch you. Like my video. Like my video before I catch you. If you haven't liked my video, God is watching you. If you haven't liked my video, God is watching you. You see, God is watching you. Like my video. Like my video. Oh, I know it's Cameroon. You see, I tell people from Nigeria that this my ministry is not only from Nigeria people. I have known a lot of people from so many countries. I know Cameroon uses, and she has confirmed it now, that Cameroon uses that word. Okay, yeah. So it's not a diploma thing. Can you watch my video on skill assessment? Even if you don't want to do skill assessment, it will tell you. That video also show you the qualification and experience that is needed for every occupation. So you check that building technology. You will watch that video. You will see where I will tell you to go and check the requirement of each qualification. That is whether they need a degree, a certificate, or a diploma. Okay, so you will answer that question. Okay. Like my video, like my video, like my video. God is watching you. God is watching you. Like my video. 2 snakes we are chatting. He said two snakes were chatting. Someone made a comment on my Facebook. It appeared on this phone, on my YouTube video. I think it's my video, not this live. He said two snakes were chatting. I don't know what he's writing. You see all these things you guys are talking about snake in Australia. I've lived in this country for years. I don't even want to say how many years. But once I clock certain years, I'm going to make a video about it. I don't know where you guys see it. If you live in a bush, I'm from Nigeria. If I go to the bush, I build my house in the bush, and I waka go bush, I will see snake. I can even see lion. I can even see tiger. So, I don't know where you guys they see the snake. Whether you the day Africa see the snake that is pumping in Australia or anything you see online. However, people in Gold Coast, Brisbane side, that live if you live outskirts of the town, like you're not in the city, there's possibility you will see snakes. Okay, but snake is everywhere in this world. Just like someone asked me when I came to Australia, oh, is it true that the tiger and lions they walk around the street? Oh, I would like to go there and see. I said, sure. So this is happening in Nigeria and I didn't know. So that we live with tiger and elephant and lion. We walk like brothers and sisters in the streets like this. So when you guys talk about these snakes, I'm like, okay. All right. No more question. He said, how is it possible to, you can migrate to two countries at the same time, but you can move from one country to the other. Okay, but you cannot migrate at the same time, but you can transition from one to the other. You can transition from Australia to New Zealand and to New Zealand to Australia. Okay, if you made the requirement, which you have explained here. Okay, however, you can rewatch this video. I think we have tried. We have been here 1 hour 7 minutes. So many lies told. Yes, so many lies told. So many lies told, Floxy. So many lies told. Let me tell you. I have started arguing. Someone asked me about snakes. I say, yes, we cook it. We make pepper soup with snakes in Australia. And people were laughing. I say, I cannot argue again. I am tired. I am done. So we eat snake. We eat it. Even this afternoon, I ate snake. So the lie, I don't know where that story is coming from. But I think it's reducing now. Since they see that a lot of people in Australia are now talking, it's reducing, but some people are still saying it. I'm like, okay, but it is actually good because I noticed that maybe some people were not coming to Australia because of that snake thing. Okay, maybe they will give way to people that want to come. Maybe it's also a good thing that some people believe there's snake everywhere on the street. Okay, all right. Can you guys permit me to go now? GOE, I made a video on that. That is for New Zealand. For Australia, you cannot get visa with that diploma certificate cost. I made a video. You copy that thing from my video. You copy that question from my post, and you don't want to watch the video. 1 year diploma certificate course postgraduate study visa. You copied it from my post and you don't want to watch the video. How about now? Waiting be that. Go watch that video. All the information you need is in that video, including the link. Abba, are you waiting the dodge? One dodge and come here ask me a question. You know they work like that too. Okay. All right, guys. There is no link to watch. I made a video on how to migrate to New Zealand with a diploma or certificate or a postgraduate certificate. I made a comprehensive video on that. What do you mean there is no link? Okay, Instagram. I posted a link of it on my story, or you go to my bio, because you cannot post a link. There is so many things many people that are using Instagram don't know. I don't know why. You cannot post a link in Instagram. Many people accuse me of not posting a link, and I'm asking, how can I make this magic and post a link? Okay, I don't know how to do that magic. It is not possible. Okay, and sometimes when I post something on Facebook, it transitions to Instagram, and by the time I'm coming there asking me where is the link, they can never be linked. I can send it to you in your DM, but I cannot post a link. It will not turn to a link. It will turn to just a line. Okay, could just turn to ordinary thing. All right, guys, I'm tired. I need to go. Please like my video and I will see you again next time. Okay, guys, thank you. Where do I go off first? Karma, you came late. Hey, Messi and Ami. Doka. We are tired now, because I'm tired. 1 hour, 10 minutes. I beg, leave me, make I go. Many people are still coming in. This is one bad thing about going live. My Facebook username is Migration Coach by Jen Kenix. That's my coaching platform, Migration Coach by Jen Kenix. My YouTube is Jen Kenix Creation. My Instagram is Jen Kenix. My TikTok is Jen Kenix 1. I need people to join me on TikTok too, please. All right, guys, I'm tired. 1 hour, 11 minutes I've been here answering questions. Okay? All right, guys, thank you. Where do I go off first? Okay?